Okay, now I asked for a break apart function for these. If I come over here, there's nowhere in there that I can tell it break apart. Break apart isn't open to me under Edit Objects. If I go into lettering and monogramming, it's not open to me there, even though I have got something highlighted. We can't break these apart. Now, what we do have on offer, and let me click off that, we have this thing. Why they think we want a net mesh, I don't know. Meshes separate, and what looks nice and tidy when you digitize it, when you stitch it, it ends up all loose and gappy and not pleasant. So I wanted to be able to break shapes apart so that between the stabilizer tack down and the satin stitching I could put in spider's webs or a couple of richelots. And I was asked, why would you want to break apart? And so I told them again, because I want to be able to put some fills in. They said, well, you've got a net fill. No, I don't want your mesh. It's too untidy once you've washed it. You know, I can't fill it with motif fills because they separate. They were never intended to be used for making lace because they don't lock into one another. I'm still asking. You've seen how badly I trim. Now, if I could run a row of stitching up there, come back with a zigzag, come around, put another one in here, go back with a zigzag, up to here, put another one in, go back with a zigzag, I would end up with a proper spider fill, and I'd put my little circle in the middle of it for my spider and have a proper richelot effect. But no, I can't have it. As you might be able to tell, I'm not too happy about that. Anyway, now for the embroidery. Digitize, open line, and I want satin 2.5, and of course none of this is going to be path. Let's start and end up there. So it's pointless me trying. There we go. And I've chosen a very plain design. That's about right up there. You're not straight. This probably means the whole thing is out of kilter. Okay. No, no, no. I didn't want you. I wanted... Stop. Thank you. True view. There we go. Old-fashioned rackets. And now I need something for the centre here and something for the centre there. So I'm going to pick up my circle oval, tell it I want to fill, start in the middle, pull up, and enter. And I think I'll leave it as a tatami fill. Makes a change from all the satin stitch. I'm not a huge lover of satin stitch. I like it in small doses. It's like ladies who insist on wearing too many rings. You know, one gorgeous ring is enough. And satin to me is like a gorgeous ring. Okay, highlight the last one because it's too high. And over a touch. There we go. Now all that remains is for me to dig out my pack of veneer needles, gloop my fabric to make it really stiff, and then stitch this out tomorrow, because fabric's not going to dry in the next 15 minutes and it's 9 o'clock now and I want to be in bed by 10:30 because I've had a very long day. I was up at 6:30 this morning, which for me is normally unheard of. So let's go and take another look at print preview. There you go, 4 needles. That's the order you use them in. black first, then blue, then red, then green. This is what's going to do your reinforcing lines, and then here is what's going to tack your fabric to your water soluble or another fabric. I mean, you don't have to use water soluble, you can stick another fabric underneath. Put a little bit of stabilizer on the back of a piece of fabric, attach it to the back of your hoop, and away you go. It's a form of reverse applique. And how that close. And I didn't save it. Okay. What will we call this? Tennis rackets. Because that's what it looks like to me. And I'll see you all in another set of videos.